About 13 miles from downtown Atlanta, welcome to Truist Park. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Kansas City Royals going up against the Atlanta Braves. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. And starting this one, Chris Sale. And Singy, he's one of the most dominant arms in all of baseball.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
And here now, the lineup for the Royals. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Bobby Witt Jr. in the box with one away as he takes ball one. Just getting started here at Truist Park outside Atlanta. And that is downstairs. And that's ball two. In the air, right field. Acuna gets under it. Takes it in for the out.
Batting third, center fielder Lane Thomas.
Here comes Lane Thomas.
Ball one.
That one missed. Two down, nobody on. To third, Riley. Zips it across, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And now the Braves, with their first chance to hit, were scoreless. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. We go to the bottom of the first, and on the mound for Kansas City in this one, Cole Reagans. What do you got on him, Chris?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ha!
One. Late swing fouled off. Struck him out looking. Called strike three and a fastball up in the zone. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Backed off the plate that time. And a foul ball. That one almost got him. And he grounds one to the right side. He'll do it himself. Here tonight, an efficient start to the home first, 2 away.
Baseman, Ozzie Albies.
2 outs, base is empty. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. That one hammered center field, carrying well. Out of here, into the planter, out in center, home run. He'll touch them all. The Braves score first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Here is Matt Olson. Right side, Pasquantino. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Braves get one on the big fly. It's now 1-0. Back here in Atlanta, new inning getting started. Salvador Perez steps in for the Royals. Chris Sale back to work. The lefty to 1-0. Foul ball there. And that one fouled off. The 1-2. So Salvi is set down on strikes.
Usually when you see several pitches, you're going to get at least one that you might be able to do something with. But they didn't exactly challenge him in any way right there. And really, they just used his aggressiveness against him. I don't think he even got a pitch in the zone.
No, that's a good point, Singy. He goes down on strikes, but not a single pitch was actually in the strike zone. Now, here is Vinny Pasquantino.
Outside.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Next pitch misses. Ball 3. On the corner for a strike.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The kick, the 3-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still able to fire over, and they get it. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
Batting sixth, right fielder, Starling Marte.
Starling Marte up to hit. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Swings through that one. This one in the air right field.
Just
And that
foul.
one is foul, so we'll try it again. On the ground,
Foul.
and it goes just foul. Two down, nobody on. That
That's a
one
ball.
misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the air, out towards right center. Acuna on the move to the gap. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Royals go down 1-2-3. They trail here 1-0. Bottom of the inning. Now in for the Braves, Austin Riley.
Austin Riley.
No,
That's a good miss
inside.
off the inside part of the plate. You'd much rather miss there than out over the plate where this guy could do some real damage.
And now it's even up.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Ball 2.
That one found hard the other way. He caught it behind his back. Over to first. Nicely done for the out.
Batting 6th, left fielder, Eli White.
And the batter now, Eli White.
No, that's a ball.
The 1-0. And that's fouled off. Strike 2.
D-Rod.
Swings and misses. Out.
Batting
Number
7th,
2.
the
Boog gets
shortstop,
talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a
Mauricio
2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that
Inside.
spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Ball 2.
The wind to kick the 2-0.
Ay.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Ball 3, outside.
And the count's full.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
And there's
Ball
ball
4. Take your base.
Batting 8th, catcher, Jonah Hines.
So a man at first. The switch hitting catcher will come up to hit. Jonah Heim. time.
to check. Did
Started
he swing?
after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing. The 0-2. In the dirt, blocked. Dubon, the runner at first with 2 gone. Pitch kicks away. And the runner stays where he is. Let's get it going, 2-2 now. Oh, right to the backstop. To second, he's in there. And now a man into scoring position.
Nobody on defense feels great right now. The pitcher feels responsible for missing so far outside, and the catcher wishes he could have done more to try to stop it.
Man on second, 2 down. Stays alive. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Batting ninth, center fielder, Michael Harris II.
First and second, 2 outs. Michael Harris II digs in now. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Swings and misses. It's 0-1. Two on, 2 outs.
Ball.
One now. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Good job to fight that one off. The 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So they're able to work around a pair of walks in the inning. We head on down to the top of the 3rd. It's the Braves 1 and the Royals nothing. Back in Atlanta, Truist Park. All set for the start of the inning. Jonathan India steps in for the Royals. And the 1-0. That one ripped left field. Way back there. And it is out of here. And we're level. It's 1-1.
He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Isaac Collins getting ready to hit.
Hey.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Collins, 28 years old, and he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2019. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3.
Ball.
And that one almost got him. Got him swinging for the K. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good two-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
So up next, Carter Jensen.
Ball 1.
The 1-0. That
Ball
one
2.
way inside. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. That one missed. Upstairs,
Ball 4.
and
Take your
that is
base.
ball 4.
Up next for the Royals, third baseman, Michael Garcia.
Now, Michael Garcia. He's 0 for 1. And the first
that's
pitch
the ball.
misses for ball 1. Jensen, the base runner at first with 1 out. Hit on the ground, might be 2. The flip, there's 1. Double play.
No, you're
what
out.
a clean killing to end the inning. And KC draws even on this solo blast. All even at 1 apiece. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Now the leadoff spot for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Well, impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
Ball 1 there. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That one carrying. Going. Gone. That's worth the price of admission. And it gives them the lead in the 3rd. It's 2-1.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Now here is Drake Baldwin. That one fouled off.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Strike 2.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The wind, the kick, and the 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. One run across in the frame so far here in the last half of the 3rd. And there's a ball.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
In plenty of time to first, one away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer.
Up next for the Braves, second baseman
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. He's already homered in this game.
Ha!
The 0-1. That
Ball
one
one.
ran inside, almost got him. One, two now. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Ow. 2 away now after the drop third strike.
Up next for the Braves, first baseman Matt.
2 down, bases empty. Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter, Matt Olson. He's 0 for 1.
Ball, no.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
On a bounce right side. India over to first in time. And that's the 3rd out. Acuna goes yard for the Braves. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. Back at Truist Park, start of the 4th, Bobby Witt Jr. steps in for the Royals.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Next offer in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Just misses with that one.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Goes down looking.
Well, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Here's Lane Thomas. 0 for 1 so far.
Ha!
And the 0-1. Tied him up inside with that one.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Salvi steps into the box now. His first at-bat was a strikeout.
Ball,
One,
no.
no strikes. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. And it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second. Here comes the throw, but he's in there easily.
Up next for the
That can be a
Royals,
dangerous
first
pitch if you
baseman,
don't get it
Vinny
inside
Castro.
enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
Now a chance for Vinny
No,
Pasquantino.
off the plate.
Man at second. Swing at a ground ball. Now the throw to first on the run. And that is that. So one left for Kansas City. They're down 2-1. Back here in Atlanta.
Leading
So
off
now
for
to
the
the plate
Braves,
for Atlanta.
third
Austin
baseman,
Riley.
Austin Riley.
Little chopper rolls foul. The 0-1. There's the strike. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He picks up his fifth strikeout on the hill.
Well, they didn't want to go after him with the fastball at all in that at bat. Nothing but off-speed stuff. Even with all the changeups coming, somehow he was still early on the swing. So I think he had to be thinking it was only a matter of time until he saw some heat.
Eli White next up for the Braves. He struck out swinging at his first at bat.
Ha!
And the lefty with the 0-1. Late with the swing there.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
And down on strikes. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
I can't argue with that one, and clearly he was looking for something else, anything but the breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift at a 2-strike count, but sometimes you just get fooled and you got to tip your cap.
Foul ball. Two down, nobody on. And that is out of play. Got it. And how about that? It's an immaculate inning.
All he's saying, who needs the defense? An immaculate inning. 3 strikeouts, 9 pitches. We just witnessed something really special.
We go to the top of the 5th. So up now for Kansas City, Starling Marte. That's in there. Strike 1. That's down and in. A slider missed. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it's a foul ball. Jackknifes out of the way. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Next offering is down low. Ball
That's a
four
ball.
there.
Take your
Tying
base.
run is on base.
Up next for the Royals, second baseman Jonathan India.
Jonathan India at the plate. He's already homered here in this one. Swings through that one. 0-1.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Tap foul at the plate.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Way inside, gets out of the way. Tying run is at first, and we're at the top of the fifth. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. One-two now. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, and a base hit. Harris fires it in quickly. Runner holds it second, but they've got something going on here.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Isaac Collins, the next to hit, struck out swinging his first time. Slider misses outside. Ball to strike. That one drifts inside.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Next offering is downstairs.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
The 3-1. Top of the zone. It's called a strike. He fouls it off. We'll do it again. Three-two. This one popped up. And the infield fly is called.
Next for the Royals.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Next is the Royals catcher, Carter Jensen.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Check swing, went around, and that's strike one.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Comes up empty.
The pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Good job to fight that one off. Runners at first and second with one gone. Ripped to third and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Michael Garcia will hit next.
Ball.
2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. In the air, left field. White gets there. He's under it. And that's the third out. So they strand a pair. Last half of the fifth coming up. It's the Braves 2 and the Royals 1. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Jonah Heim. The lefty, the 1-0.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they've still got both their challenges. Inside. And that's ball 3. Right through there for a strike. And that one is lifted in the air. Thomas on the move to the alley. He's got it. One down.
Up next for the Braves, center fielder,
Michael Harris the second. Now at the plate. Went down on strikes his first time through. And that one fouled off. This one popped up. Jensen under it. 2 down.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Ronald Acuna Jr. digs in now.
He's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Nice grab. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Well, that right there was all pre-pitch positioning. Put himself in the perfect spot to make a great play.
Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. So digging in, Bobby Witt Jr.
Shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. White under it. Brings it in, and there's one away.
Up next for the Royals, center fielder, Lane
There's
Thomas.
Lane Thomas now. And that one is downstairs. Ball 1. Movement in the Atlanta bullpen. Robert Suarez, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Kinley also getting ready. That's to third. Riley fires to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
The designated hitter, Salvador Perez.
And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate. 1 for 2. Perez, 35 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. 2 down, nobody on. Swinging a foul straight back. That missed by a lot. Ball one. Swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. KC down in order, and our score remains 2-1. Bottom of the 6th. So here's the Braves designated hitter, Drake Baldwin. That catches the corner.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
0-1 now.
No,
Bullpen
outside.
action for the Royals. Matt Strom, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Ursig, a right-hander, loosening up as well. That one off the mark, and the count 2-1. Just missed.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Up next for the Braves, second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Cole Reagans will depart, and he was a tough nut to crack. Pretty stingy from start to finish. Back with the new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for Kansas
Matt
City,
Strom gets
number
the ball
25.
now.
Pretty tight
Matt
game, so
Strom.
they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the first inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here. You know, these Braves really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count off, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen. And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at-bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
Here's a 2-0. Swinging a foul straight back. That one way inside. And a payoff pitch. Got him. Now one away.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
That one to first, and it's through for a hit. And they have their first hit since the third inning.
Waste no time there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and we'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
So here's Riley now. Swing and a hard hit grounder to third. Fair ball. Runner around third. The run comes in to score from second.
Big RBI for him right there. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
So two in scoring position with one out. Eli White, the next to hit. Golden opportunity right here. That one ripped, but foul. Two on, one out.
Ball.
He's got a base open, so with pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
High fly ball, right field. Marte under this one. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags from third. The tag gets him, and it's a double play to end the inning.
Well, as a former outfielder, I love this play. When you get the opportunity to throw a runner out at the plate, makes the catch as the runner tags, and a laser throw to the plate on the money for the double play. It's time to go hit.
Back in Atlanta, Truist Park. Top of inning number 7, Vinny Pasquantino steps in for the Royals. Chris Sale ready to get back to work.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Ball 2.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. That does it for Chris Sale as the lefty makes way. He exits with the lead and gave them a really nice performance. New pitcher on the bump when we get back. New pitcher for the Braves, Robert Suarez.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Here's Starling Marte. And that's a little bit high. And that's ball 1.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
The tying run at the plate.
That's a ball.
That
Ball
misses the
inside.
zone, and it's 3-0. Jonathan India in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Tying run at the plate. That one in triple digits.
Well, in this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
And the tying run is on base.
Up next for the Royals, second baseman Jonathan India.
So up now for Kansas City, Jonathan India. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically. night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they creeping into my mind right now.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. The Braves trying to protect a 2-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. This to third, Riley. Good feed, that's one. Roll bounces, and he can't pick it. They get just one.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Isaac Collins steps in for the Royals. And the pitch a little bit low, ball 1.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
First and third, one down.
Ball 2.
Good hitters count the 2-0. And another ball. Carter Jensen in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Two on, one out. And there's the automatic. That one finds the zone. Full count now.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get ground ball double play.
Towards first, Olsen. Throws to second for one. What a double play that was. Inning over. So they can't do anything with the leadoff single there. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Braves 3 and the Royals 1.
Now pitching for Kansas
We're back
City.
in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Lucas Erceg.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's Mauricio Dubon.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
And first offering is fouled off. Next pitch is outside. There's a swing and a miss.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touching it.
Handles, throws to first, and one away in the bottom of the 7th.
For the Braves, catcher Jonah Heim.
Now in for the Braves, Jonah Heim. Just off the outside edge, and it's 1-0. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. They'll keep both their challenges. Here comes the 0-1. And that's in for a strike. .99 miles per hour to finish him off.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. If he's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone, sometimes he bats over before it really begins.
Ball.
In the box now as he leaves that one up high. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. That clips the zone. That's strike 1.
Ball 2.
Hit on the ground to the right side. And that's just foul. Stays alive. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. Two down, nobody on. That one misses, and now it's 3-2.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
To the right side, and that one handled. Gets him easily, ends the inning. And the Braves go down quietly as the lead remains 3-1. We're at the top of the 8th. So up now for Kansas City, Carter Jensen.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. One up, one down.
Up next for the Royals.
Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out.
No.
The Royals down by a pair, and we're at the top of the 8th. On the ground, right side. Albies over to first in time. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Robert Suarez gives way. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching.
Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Tyler Kinley. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Kinley.
Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout.
Ball.
Two down, nobody on.
Ball.
Two and 0 to count. Here it comes.
He ride.
Right through there for a strike. Swinging a foul out of play.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
And they'll do it again. Here's a 2-2. That's
Ball
down and
three.
in. Lane Thomas waiting in the on-deck circle.
They can get him up. He'd represent the tying run, so critical pitch right here.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Acuna on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that'll do it. Royals bats are quiet there. Score holds. It's 3-1.
Leading off.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. He blasted one out earlier in the third.
Just a solo home run, but an important swing of the bat in this game. We've already seen him do it once. Can he do it again?
Oi!
Here comes the 0-1. And there's a foul ball. The 0-2. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. Fastball is outside. Got him looking. Some high cheese for strike three. Acuna wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. Way outside. Full count now. There's a swing and a drive. That's got a chance. Gone. And to the deepest part of the park. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And they add to the lead. It's 4-1.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
And the Royals manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Lucas Ursig won't go any further tonight. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for Kansas
So the
City,
Royals bring on a new
number
arm,
46,
John Schreiber.
John Schreiber.
And next for Atlanta, Drake Baldwin.
Hey!
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here, the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Ball. No, that's the ball.
Challenge from behind the dish here. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. One challenge remaining for them now. And that one Wrapped foul. Two on the way. To the right side, and that chance handled. Whips it to first. A great play deep in the hole.
I wasn't sure if he was going to get to this one or not. Had to go a pretty good way there in the shallow right field. But then after that, it's a tough angle after you square up your shoulders to throw to first base. Not the normal position, but a really good job defensively right there.
So now to the plate for Atlanta, Ozzie Albies.
Yeah.
Heart of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
The 0-1. There's a strike. And takes low for ball one.
Tough to take a two-strike changeup that just missed. I think it froze him.
In the air to left center. Collins drifts towards it, brings it in, and there's two away.
Up next for the Braves.
Here's Matt Olson down. 1 for 3.
Ball.
And a 1-1.
That's a ball.
Just
outside.
missed. Right through there for a strike.
3-1 count, saying to himself, I've got to get a fastball here. Just spins a get-me-over breaking ball to bring the count full.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. One more for Atlanta on the homer. Last chance coming up for the Royals.
Now pitching.
We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Raisel Iglesias. A chance at his first save of the year. Lane Thomas will make his way to the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. Iglesias making his first appearance of the season, and he was born in Cuba.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Now the 0-1. Sliced hard but foul. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Here's the Royals designated hitter, Salvador Perez. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. The Braves trying to close out a 3-run lead here at the top of the ninth. This one in the air center field. 2 down.
Up next for the Royals, first baseman Vinny Pasquantino.
So they're down to their final out. And to the plate for Kansas City, Vinny Pasquantino. That one ripped. He's got it. Ball game. And the Braves claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
So many festivities and excitement around opening day. It's great to come out and get that first one out of the way. You carry that momentum into the second game of the year, and you hope that it extends for a good period of time.